Hey, good morning everybody. I want to make a quick video about the time that I bombed, that I completely failed, and it was a really kind of an eye-opening event for me. So it was 2 years ago today, and with an app like Time Hop, we get reminded of the good stuff, the bad stuff, the funny things that have happened in our lives via social media. And I was reminded today that 2 years ago I did my first TEDx talk for NYIT. It was like a TEDx salon event, and my whole topic was skipping your career fair. It was, I believe, probably a year into me launching Niche Movement as a blog and then bringing on contributing editors and stuff. So I had about a year under my belt, still working at Rutgers, doing it as a side hustle, and again, trying to grow my personal brand. It wasn't the first time I've spoke. I've done a lot of different workshops and different things like that, but it was the first time that I kind of grappled with how rehearsed it needs to be, as well as how authentic and genuine I want to be on stage. And it was also the first time that I had lights, camera, action. Like literally, the house lights went down, spotlights on, 2 cameras, couldn't see the audience, and I literally blanked on like my first 2 or 3 lines. Courtney was in the audience. I think she spoke, I think I was the last one, so she spoke either the first or second before me, and I froze. I literally, my mind went blank. I stepped off stage and I was looking for the closest exit door, and there wasn't any. And I think at the moment, the first thing that happened was like, oh shit, what do I do? I had to get back up on stage, and actually the audience, I think, realized like, wow, this is a human being, right? Like, stage fright, mine went blank, and went back up there, took a deep breath, and just started from scratch. It wasn't the perfect delivery by any means. It was not my best talk, but I remember leaving there, and Courtney and I went out to dinner that night, and I was just heart dropped, so upset. I thought I had no future, nothing to look forward to, that everything that I've been working with the niche movement and trying to do more speaking was just a completely flopped, and I should stop right there. And I now look back, and I think the reason I'm sharing this video is we can all look back at those moments we have failed. Failed a program we put together, failed a speaking engagement, failed a project that we put all our effort into. And the one thing that I learned personally from the speaking side is that as long as I can know and nail my intro and outro, those first 30 to 60 seconds and those last 30 to 60 seconds, everything in between is golden. And for me, the other thing I learned, I had this goal about a year ago this time to do 19 speaking engagements after I did one for Rutgers Dining Services Manager Retreat. And believe it or not, I just calculated it up back in January. I actually did 20 between workshops, keynotes, webinars, in-person things here in the DC area. I did 20. And I look back at my last 2 I did at the end of the year in 2015. One was for Makuho, which was a regional conference, 250 people in a huge banquet hall. And I got up there, and because I knew what I was speaking about, I had my intro and outro, and the rest I could connect with the audience. It went off without a hitch, and I felt great about it. The other one was for National Lemonade Day. It was a national conference in Houston, Texas, speaking over 100 people from all over the country. And I look back now, 2 years ago, at this damn time hop of when I was so frustrated and so upset about what happened, and I bombed. I really did. Even though if you watch that video, because of the wizards, the wizards of editing and the people that helped edit it, it actually doesn't look too bad. But I came out of it. And I just want you guys to know that if you fail at something or if you bomb at something, that's part of the course, it's part of the journey. And whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're doing a side hustle or you're in a full-time job, if you do that faceplant, just know that that whole thing that Brene Brown says is like being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. You get, dust yourself off and get back up. So thank you guys for paying attention. I don't know how many people listen to this. I don't know if it's friends, family, people that come across this stuff, but thank you guys for listening. I hope it kind of resonated with you and or inspired you. Have a great weekend. Bye.